So thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah.
Everyone watching, I'm Priscilla. I work for Invo Records and Substream Records, and we have Birdsall with us today. His new single just came out, Selfish, so we're excited about that. And we're going to just kind of chat with Birdsall for a little bit today and find out a little bit more about him. So,
Sweet.
how are you
Let's do
doing?
it.
So how's everything going today?
With what? Just the day?
Life, your day. How's your day going?
I like it. I like where life is right now. I like this whole not doing anything kind of deal because I guess do more things now. If that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. Today was good. Drove from LA and Arizona now. Getting ready for we're gonna do another video shoot for the next single actually tomorrow.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we're just ahead. We're just staying ahead of things pretty much.
Awesome. Good.
Everything's ready for you guys over there in Vogue,
Yes.
Substream.
Yes, I'm so excited to see the new stuff. So, all right. So today I want to ask you a handful of questions. So the first one, so who are you as a person, as an artist? Who is Birdsall?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out, actually. Now that you asked that, um, I don't know. Like, what do you mean? Give me a better, more direct, because that I could go in a completely different direction right now.
Okay. Well, let me know. Who are you as a person? Who is Aaron?
Who is Aaron? I mean,
What are your hobbies? What do you do out on your spare time, like when you're not doing music? And
I literally don't. I mean, I don't really do much besides music and like Harleys. Like I literally just ride my bike, and when I'm not just ripping around like doing that, like I'm usually just kind of I'm sitting at home and I'm just like writing songs or something. Like I've always been that way.
yeah.
But it's finally like I've never done anything with it though. So now like this project Birdsall literally just started. Like this is brand new. Like no one's heard anything, which
Yeah,
is kind of crazy.
that is. That's
Um, yeah, I mean that's literally me. I'm pretty boring. I literally just like I fuck with bikes and I just write music and play acoustic guitar at my house like all the time. It's kind of it.
I mean, that sounds awesome to me.
And I drink a lot of tequila and wine, and that pretty much sums me up.
Tequila and wine are my jam. So
Yeah.
that that's awesome. What's your favorite tequila while we're talking about it?
I mean, I like I'm kind of like a connoisseur of both tequila and wine. Like I love like I want to like open like a winery someday. You know, like I love just like all that kind of stuff. So like I love all tequila in general, as long as it's like 100% agave and it's not like fucking Jose Cuervo or something gross or something. You know, like
Yeah.
I like to try like anything. If I go to a bar and like I see something new, I'm like, is that like 100%? They're like, yeah. I was like, I'll try that and just check it out. You know, no, usually reposados, but
Yes.
the
I tried
mediums.
auto for the first time when my husband and I went to Mexico a couple months ago. And we were at a resort and it was like the bartenders are awesome. I mean, at the all-inclusive resorts, they're just like, oh, you want to sample like everything? So they introduced us.
Yeah, I want to go there.
I was like, I cannot go back now. That is like was opened up after trying that. So I feel you on that. Okay, well, so who is Birdsall? Like, where did you get the name?
It's actually my last name.
Okay.
Yeah, so Birdsall is actually my last name. When when it all started, like I guess this is a little bit more about me, but like I've always been in the music industry. I've always been in the music industry. Like I've always been in like heavy rock bands or like metal bands, or I grew up tour managing bands, so I was always tour managing. Like, you know, I'm always like drum for this band, or I get hired to go drum for that band. And like I was drumming for one of my best friends, Danny Warsnop, and he has a solo project. So I was drumming for him, and then me and him just started writing songs together. Like, and I was just a drummer still. Like I was always just a drummer, you know, or like a tour manager. I was always behind the scenes, you know. I was never up front ever.
Okay.
But I would always write for bands. So like almost every band that I've been with or like worked with, like I probably had something to do with some of that writing, you know.
Yeah.
And then after one of the tours that me and Danny did, like we just like started writing pop songs, like kind of like not as a joke, just because like we really enjoy pop music in general. Like we just love super catchy stuff. It's just like what we grew up on. And then one day he was just like, you should like, we were sending songs back and forth, and he's like, you should actually just like front this instead. And I was just like, nah, that sounds dumb. Why would I ever do that? Like, that's your job, you know, like, but he's like, no, like you're a really good songwriter, and like your voice is really like unique and shit. You actually, like, I don't know why you don't do that. And I was just like, I've never been comfortable to I guess put myself in that position. I never thought about it, you know. And then we started recording like songs for me then. So like I recorded my first couple of songs with him that I've ever sang on a mic before, ever, you know. So it's like, this is all fresh, all brand new. It's all started about 2 years ago. That's when it all like, when that process started, you know?
Yeah.
And then we had a couple of songs, and then we just started talking about names, and he actually said like, I think you should literally just go as Birdsall. And I was like, no, that's stupid. That's my last name. I hate my last name. Like, I've heard that my whole life. Like, that's not fun and new to me, you know? And he's like, oh yeah, fuck me, right? I'm only just a master at marketing and shit. I was like, fine, you know, I'll give it a shot. And then like, after like everything, and now we see it like on the, you know, the EP work or the album art and stuff, and like it fits. It just looks good because it is my music. It's me going as a solo artist for the first time in my life and actually like doing something like that. So it kind of makes sense. This is literally me. It's kind of what it is.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. What is?
Yeah, super weird.
I know the logo on one of the L's. There's like a slash through it. What is? Did you just like the way it looked, or is there like significance?
It's actually it's literally just like a lot of my writing, a lot of my stuff. It's very it's trendy. It's really trendy shit. You know, like you'll write about texting, or you'll write about like just like social. I sing about social media stuff a lot, and just like, you know, shit like that. So it's just like, that's just like a button on your phone. Like, it's just like, if you just hold the L down, like that other L comes up. So it's just kind of like a, you know,
well, a happy accident.
It's just, yeah, it's just like a marketing kind of thing, I guess, of just like what you can do on your phone, I guess, to be honest. There's really no meaning. I actually had to look it up one day. I was like, what the fuck is this L with a dash mean through it? I just thought it looked cool. Like when like you typed out Birdsall and one of the L's is just like that, you know, like, and I looked it up and it's just like some Swedish or Polish L or something. I
didn't know that. That's cool.
And I don't really think I'm Swedish or Polish at all. So like,
okay.
But it still looks cool. And it's just like, it's, you know, it's just like, it's on your phone. It's on everyone's phone. Just hit that. It's on there, you know? So
adds a nice little spin to it.
Yeah. A little flair. It's a little flair. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So you're already an extremely accomplished artist. You kind of mentioned a little bit, you worked with Danny Worsnop, and you worked with him, and he's your best friend. I know you worked with like Mitch Luckner, Yellow Wolf as well, and you've done some like written some hits for like country artists, and then also had a track placed in a major motion picture movie in Hollywood. So which movie by the way was that?
Say it again. You broke up for a second.
Which movie again was your single was a song placed in that you had?
Oh yeah, that was just like I was saying earlier, like throughout, like I've just been everywhere in the industry. Like I've always been doing things. And that was just one of my old bands. Like I wrote a song. And then that's actually a song that I had Mitch Lucker, rest in peace. I had him sing on it.
Oh, wow.
And it was like way back then. It was like one of the first, probably the first 5 songs I've ever wrote. And we got it onto one of the Saw soundtracks, which is really cool. I don't remember how I did it, to be honest, but it was like the only song on the entire soundtrack too that wasn't on a record label. So like there's like all these like mainstream labels and stuff like pushing other artists and like spending like thousands of dollars to get like their band's like songs like on that soundtrack and shit, and somehow I weaseled one of my songs onto it. So just by networking, it's just like staying in the industry, you know. Like my name has always been in the industry, but I've never, like I said, I've never been out here yet, you know. So always been in there somewhere.
Right. That's really awesome. So after, the last, you said about 10 years you've been writing in the industry and kind of playing with bands and like everywhere. After that amount of time doing like that kind of side of the industry, how and when did you decide to kind of take the jump into your own solo project and pursue your solo project in music?
It literally all started about 2 years ago was when the idea came about, and then over the past like year is when the past year and a half is when I really just actually started writing for myself, you know. It was, yeah, it all literally started when Danny was like, yo, I think you should do this, and I was like, yeah, that's a fucking crazy idea, but whatever. And then I had another friend back home in Minneapolis who's he's like a really successful dude back in Minneapolis. And we were just sitting down one day, and he's like, dude, like, he actually said something that I will fucking never fucking forget ever. His name is Eric Forsberg. He's another one of my fucking closest friends. We were just like sitting down, and like he was saying like, he's like, you need your own product, like, period. He's like, you just need your own product. I don't know what it's going to be, but you're always working for either like you're tour managing somebody else's band, or you're drumming for this band, or like this band's asking you to drum for their project, or like all these like sponsors and stuff with like clothing companies and stuff. Like I'd be wearing their brand. They'd be sending me clothes to like promote their brands and stuff. And it's like, I never have my own shit. I've always been like working for everybody, like giving all my time for everybody else, And then he's like, you need to stop being everyone's plus one. And like, when he said that, I was like, that's fucking, like, that hit home. I hit home pretty hard. I was like, I'm always somebody else's plus one. He's like, he's like, you have like the talent to do whatever you want, and you're fucking not doing it. So just like that kind of stuck with me like really hard. And then that's kind of like when I was like, I fucking went home, I think that night, and I wrote one of the songs that's actually on the EP that's coming out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and it's actually one of my favorite songs, I think, on there. Two of them. I have two really favorite songs on there, but that's one of them.
Well, that's awesome. So that's really cool to hear. Yeah. I mean, thank God for him, like, saying that. And so here you are now, propelling you into your solo project. And I mean, your music, I know you have 2 singles out right now, and you just had one launched today as well, Selfish, and it's incredible. So
Glad you like it.
Yeah. So tell us about Selfish. That's the single that just came out today. You have a music video that came out for it too. Tell us about that single and the writing process for it, like what, if there's a deeper meaning behind it, if it's just a fun, go.
Yeah, it actually does. It has a really deep meaning behind it, but I obviously, the way I wrote it, like, I mean, when we're writing like pops, like music and stuff, like you can't be too like artistic with it, because a lot of people like really won't understand it, because people's like fucking mental capacity nowadays is like not a lot. So like I actually had a side note. I had a meeting with fucking Alan Kovac. Like, he flew me out to New York once because like his label wanted to fucking like sign one of my bands back in the day, and he said something to me that I'll never forget. He's like, you need to dumb yourself down, like, and this is like the dude who, like, I mean, he owns like Motley Crue, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's at the top of like the top tier of like label owners and people, and like his words were like, you need to dumb yourself down, period. Like, people won't get it, like you need to literally act stupid. And that was really fucking hard for me to do, actually. I remember going home and trying to like dumb our music down for that band that I was in. I was like, this is fucking hard to be stupid. But yeah, side note, going back to Selfish, it does have a deeper meaning, but yeah, I had to dumb it down and like make it sound just pretty much more simple, to keep it catchier and stuff like that. But yeah, there's a deeper meaning, and it's about kind of what we've been talking about, how like how this is like the first time in my entire life where I'm not working for anybody else.
Yeah.
Like I'm putting myself out there. Like, this is the most uncomfortable I've literally ever been in my entire life also. Like, I've never I've never been so scared of something ever. Like I still question myself every day, like, why the fuck am I doing this? But like, I wouldn't do it if I didn't have so many people like in my corner being like, dude, this is fucking fire. Like, why haven't you done this? You know, like, so I really have like good friends like that are actually like keeping me going with it. But yeah, back to that. It has a lot to do with that. It's like, I'm putting something out for myself for the first time. And, the past years when I really locked down, I was like, all right, I'm gonna start writing for myself. So I started writing for myself, and I started pissing off a lot of fucking people last year, like especially girls and stuff like that, because like I wouldn't really give people the time of day, you know, and like, you know, I mean, I don't know how much how if too much information or whatever, but like, I mean, you know, I would like fly girls in from like, you know, other states, other countries and shit, just so I could get that sort of fix out of the way, because I was just so like focused on myself, you know. And then I'd fly them out and just get, you know, then I'd be back to myself, you know, and that it just pissed a lot of people off. And it's just like, I don't care. Like, this is my vision. Like, you can either like, if any of those girls were cool enough, they'd fucking understand it, and they'd appreciate it, and they'd be like, yo, like, do your thing. And that's kind of what I was doing for like a year straight. I was just being selfish as fuck. And I was focused on myself and writing for myself, and made a lot of people mad. And I didn't care. I didn't give a shit about it, because I like, really wanted to just do this project for myself and finally put something out for myself. So that's kind of what that song is about. Yeah.
Well, no, that, I mean, I think that's really,
but dumbed down into a catchier way. Yeah.
I mean, but like, you know yourself and your art better than anybody else does. So like, I think that's awesome that you didn't really let too many outside voices like tell you like, this is kind of okay, but let's do it this way. Like, you're like, no, screw you. I mean, this is my vision. This is my art. Like, you're doing it on your terms and how you want to do it. I think that's, you know, that's important. I think it's really important for an artist to not lose themselves when they, you know, when they're, you know, getting, I mean, you're already in the industry, but like in this project, like, you're sticking true to yourself. I think that's really admirable and really important. So that's really awesome.
Yeah, it's really uncomfortable. Whatever. I guess that's what it's supposed to be like. If you're not fucking comfortable, like,
how are you gonna grow? You're
probably not moving forward. Yeah, it's like, you know, there's fucking memes everywhere about that. But yeah, it's true. It's definitely true.
Very true. Very true. If you're not uncomfortable and you're only surrounded by yes people all the time, like, you're not going to go anywhere. I mean,
exactly. Yeah. So,
well, awesome.
That's where that's going.
Yeah. Well, great. So, okay. Well, tell me about your writing process. Like, when you're zoned in and you're ready, you're like writing for your, you know, for this EP, where did you kind of draw your inspiration from? And like, do you have kind of like it's the same every song, or is like inspiration will hit you randomly and then you're like, oh, I got to get this out? What is it like for you?
It's all over the board. Really, it really is. Like, there's no actual like set way I write, to be honest. Like, I mean, I might just be walking down the street and all of a sudden like, whoa, that was kind of a cool idea. And I just sing a little thing into my phone, and then I'd go back and I'd grab my acoustic and I'd just work on that. Then that might turn into something completely different than what I originally had. But it's just like how your train of thought works, I guess, whenever you're writing. There is like one song on there on the EP. Mm-hmm. I think it's like track 4, I think. Okay. And that one was a little personal, but just something I want to get out and say, you know. But also I kept it dumbed down to where it's not just like, well, it's deep, you know, like I kind of dumbed it down so it's poppy and catchy. Like, but other than that, like, yeah, I don't know. I'll just like grab my acoustic and just kind of like come up with a melody and be like, oh, that's cool. I mean, I'll work on it, or I just won't come up with anything for a couple of days. And I don't know, or I'll hear a beat or something. Like I'll go through a bunch of friends' beats and stuff and just, like, oh, that hook came out of nowhere. Like, oh my God, this fits me. It's so sporadic when it comes to writing for me personally. Yeah, I do like writing with people though. I don't know why. I just like bouncing ideas off of friends. So I have like a couple of friends that will come over, and I could just come over to my house and I'll just be sitting there writing, and they'll just hang out, you know, they'll just hang out while I'm writing, and like we'll just drink and stuff. And then I'll ask them like, what do you think about this? And be like, oh, try this, you know? Like, so I do have like a couple friends every now and then just hanging out while I do it. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty good sporadic.
That's cool. That's really cool. So off the upcoming EP, do you have a favorite track? I know you kind of mentioned you might have one or two favorite tracks off the EP. So which are your favorite and why?
Shit, I don't know. Selfish is really good because I do like the meaning behind it. I really do enjoy the meaning behind Selfish because it describes Birdsall. Like you asked really like what's Birdsall, like that song really does describe exactly what this EP is, you know, like what it describes everything. So I like the meaning behind that one. Mm-hmm. Track 3 is actually going to be the second single that comes out. That's actually my favorite song ever because that I've wrote ever is because it's the vibe of it. I feel like is more the vibe of that song is way more me than any of the other songs on there, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like if I could have my entire next album sound like something, like it would be based around the way that song sounds. Because that's like, it's just like that's what I want my music to feel like. It's just like the vibe of it and just everything about it I think is perfect. I think it's just written perfect and just the vibe of it, like it gets it. And everyone that's heard it is just like they understand it.
I'm looking up which one is track 3. I don't know the titles off the top of my head.
Track 3 will be Drive, and that should be the next single and video after this one. So that should come out in a few weeks, I think.
That's what I thought it was. Yeah, that's one of my favorites off the EP too. So
right. So you get like the vibe of it, right? Like that's way more my style than the rest of the EP. I'm sorry, say it again.
I was just saying, I love the whole vibe, the feeling of it. Like when you're listening, like I just pictured like driving down a coast, looking at the water, like driving, just going for a drive on a gorgeous.
It's like it's feel good. It's just a feel good song, you know.
Yeah, it's one of
those songs where it's like you could literally be driving, like you said, like you'd be driving down the beach during the day, and like it's just the perfect vibe for the daytime. And then you could be driving down the coast at nighttime, and it's like it's the perfect driving night song. It's just like everything about it all around. It's just like that's what I want my future to sound like. You know, I don't know how to say it, but I just love that song so much, and that's probably the direction of what most of the songs will be moving towards.
I love that. Well, I'm excited to hear all the new stuff too. So can't wait.
Yeah, I'm really stoked.
Comes out. So yeah, that's awesome. I really, really like that one. Both of them. I mean, the whole EP is just incredible, honestly. Like I just love listening to it. I've listened to it a handful of times, and it's just every single song each time is just like it's a great sound because you do have such a unique voice, and it's not like
that's what people say. Yeah.
Yeah, it is true. Like the first time I heard you, I was like, this voice is like really, it's just different and it's so good. And just I don't know, the feeling that you have when you sing something. I mean, I can just feel like your passion for your music behind that. So
well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's true.
I'll remember that. That's kind of cool.
Well,
somebody told me the other day too, which is so fucking weird, dude. I was like talking to somebody. I was talking to this girl, and I don't know what we were talking about, but she said she really liked my voice, and like not talking about music at all. Like she doesn't even know I did music, and I was just like, that's such a weird fucking compliment. And like I've been thinking about it for days now. I'm just like, who says that? That's kind of weird.
Did you?
You know what I'm saying? Like the eyes thing. I can see it. Like really pretty eyes. You know, if someone's like, hey, you have a really pretty voice. It's like, what? I'm fucking talking. Like I don't get it. I don't understand what you mean. Like, who compliments somebody on that? It's weird.
Like how
unless they're singing.
Right. No, it's like funny. Side note, when you say like when someone says your talking voice is weird, when I listen to videos of me speaking, I hate it. Like I cannot listen to it. Like, are you?
I hate it. Or? Yeah. I think everybody hates their own voice though. I feel like everyone does. Did
you tell her that you do music after she said that?
No. I literally just questioned it. I was like, that's a weird compliment, but thanks. I appreciate it. I don't know what else to say. I'm just not going to talk now.
Oh God, that's great. File that away under some of the best compliments that you've ever.
But I have heard that a lot though, of what you said, like my singing voice it's different, and I think that's kind of a cool thing about you know, where this music might go, because there isn't anybody that I don't think sounds, I've never heard somebody that really sounds like that.
Yeah.
The only bad thing is that I have heard a lot of people say, like, if a Black Bear song is on or something, I have heard people be like, is this you? And it's like, no.
No.
So that's the closest thing, but it's still not even, it's nothing like that, I don't think. So it's kind of cool to have that, I guess.
Oh,
It's a perk.
exactly. It is. It's unforgettable. So people won't be like, is this that one random person that sounds like 10 other people? I mean, you know, it's good. I feel like you're carving the way I don't feel like people can say like, oh, this sounds just like, you know, 10 other famous artists that they're just copying. Like, you're the only Birdsall. And I feel like that's like, you have the sound that's carving your own like path for that. Like, you're not gonna like another Usher or Michael Jackson or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you're your own artist, and that's awesome. Original.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking. Original. That's the word I was looking for.
That's the word.
There it is.
Looking for it. Figured it out.
Words are hard sometimes. So
yeah.
There we go. Cool. Another question. Oh, okay. So, what is something that people might not know about you?
Oh shit! This is a managerial question.
What you're allowed to share, not. Oh my gosh.
What is something about me that you don't know? You can't answer that. That's a good question. Who birthed you and why?
Who what?
Who birthed me and why did she do that?
Oh my gosh.
That's good management right there. You see that? Tim Leftwich, everybody. Tim Leftwich. Here's my guy. Always on point. I don't know. I really don't. I mean, besides like super dark things that I shouldn't tell, but people would probably learn someday in songs. I don't know. Like maybe like a hidden talent or something.
Yeah. But anything that you'd like to.
How about you? Let's reverse this interview. How about you? What is something that people don't know about you that you're willing to share right now in an interview?
Shoot. Well, you sprung it on me. I don't know.
See what I'm saying? It's kind of a weird thing. It's kind of a hard question to ask.
It is.
Answer.
There's like a lot of things that people don't know about me. That
Did the first thing that came to your head was it dark?
It was like two things on
right. Right.
Like, people don't know. I don't know. It's like, it's funny in this industry. I get randomly out, like, people ask me, like, they'll look at me and be like, how old are you? Because one person was like, literally like, are you old enough to drive a car? And the other person was like, I'm confused because you're married and have 2 kids, but you look like you're in high school. So like, where do you fall in the age spectrum? I'm like,
you're not in high school?
Funny.
I thought this was like a high school, like a thing for like your yearbook or something.
Because I'm wearing Converse shirt. Is that?
I think that might be it.
Probably that was it.
I think that might be it. I don't know. I really don't know. I hate sharks. I don't care what anybody says.
Same.
It's like a biggest fear. I hate the ocean. I love looking at it. I think it's pretty. I think anything in there is just fucking the worst thing on this entire planet. I think it's so gross.
It's terrifying.
I won't go in it.
Like, you don't even. I'll like put my ankles in it. Like, that's about like the extent.
Nope. I won't do that. No, I think it's stupid. I used to live in Huntington Beach, and I used to always like walk down the pier and just like look at all these like fucking surfers, just like dressed like they're just like in their little suits, like dressed like seals, just fucking flapping around, just like waiting. It's like, y'all are dumb.
Sharks to go.
No, I hate it. I don't think we should go in there. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't go in there. Sharks shouldn't fucking walk on land. I'm not going in there. Whatever. Ugh.
That's an interesting point. Yeah, sharks don't come into our world.
And there's like, have you seen the shit that's in there? That fucking fish with a light bulb and just fucking teeth like that. Like, are you kidding?
New species just discovered it has like scales and feathers at the same time, no eyes, and like piranha teeth like that. I'm like, no.
Ain't fucking with it. No. Yeah. So all my friends know that. Like, I mean, everybody still texts me like till this day. Like, they just text me randomly like fucking pictures of sharks or something. Or they always give me like little shark gifts. Like, I have a pair of fucking like shark like slippers at home that are just like thrown in the back of my closet because my friends are like, look at them shark slippers, you know, like stupid shit. But like, yeah, I don't know.
Are you like
maybe that? It's pretty boring. It's a pretty boring answer. I'm sorry, but a lot of people might not know that about me.
Are you like afraid of getting eaten kind of thing? You just don't like?
It's just the way I'm probably gonna go. I just feel like that's the way I'm gonna go. I don't even like flying. Like whenever I fly into LAX or fucking anywhere, like when the plane like goes over the ocean, I'm just like, this is it. This is it. It goes over the ocean for like 5 minutes. I'm just like, this is it. This is exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna hit the water. Everybody is gonna die in this plane from the crash except for me. I'm gonna stay alive, and then a shark is gonna get in here. Like this is how my brain works.
Well, let's just hope that does not happen.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a
yeah.
great answer for that question.
Yeah, there you go. There's my boring answer about what
Not boring at all. I feel like a lot of people feel really comfortable. I do. Like that's like my most, ever since seeing like Jaws or just hearing about it as a kid, I was like, nope, never. I cannot go like far on the ocean. Because that would be me. I would be the unlucky person where the one random shark would find, and it would just, and the almost
the fucking worst.
It's just, but I like watching shark movies. I don't know why.
It's because they're horror movies. I love horror movies, and that is considered a horror movie to me. So I will watch one, but I'm just like, ugh, the entire time.
Your fear, and like definitely not.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't go in the ocean. Everyone, like, this is exactly why. So.
I mean, I'll watch movies. I will not fucking go in there. I will not swim with sharks. You're like, just get in the cage and swim with sharks. Like, fuck no, I'm not doing that. Like, it's not gonna happen.
Like,
never happening.
Oh, but sharks are.
I don't care.
Yeah, I'm like, not messing with that. Like,
nope. There's probably aliens on there. There's totally aliens on there too. I mean, even like Christopher Columbus saw like fucking lights like shooting out of the fucking water back in the day. You ever think about that? That's wild.
Say that over time?
Yeah, there's totally aliens in there. There's gotta be aliens in there.
Yes, I've heard that, and I totally.
See what I'm saying? People have like seen like lights like shoot out of the water, like in the middle of the sea. Like what? How is that a thing? What the fuck's down there? Why is there light shooting out? And like Christopher Columbus, like I said, like back in the day, said the same shit. No,
really?
I ain't going in there. I ain't going in there. Yeah.
I mean, and they still are, like I said, they're still discovering new species and things like that in the ocean. I'm like, there has
70% of it. Like they haven't even just like described like, no, it's probably like 80 or something. They still haven't even figured out what else, like whatever the 80% of the ocean is yet.
Right.
It's like a cemetery too. You know how many fucking dead people in there? I think the Titanic. Fucking just a bunch of dead bodies floating around the place. Is gross. That thing's gross. I hate it. I hate the ocean. I can literally go on for days about and just like all the shitty things in there. Dude, yeah, Tim, yeah, he's upstairs. He was telling me a story about he was like in like ankle deep water, like you were saying, and a fucking octopus like grabbed onto his entire leg and like, well, no, it wasn't ankle deep because he said it pulled him down, but an octopus like grabbed onto his leg and fucking pulled him underwater.
No, nope.
And he had like pictures of just like all these fucking suctions of this little alien fuck like trying to kill him. Like, no, dude, no, I'm not going in there.
Octopus.
I hate it.
Octopus.
Super pretty though. I'll totally go on a date and like look at it.
Will you be on? Do you like
that? You know, like I don't even like sand. I won't go in the sand. I'll sit on the boardwalk.
Okay.
Biggest pet peeve: sand in my fucking socks or my shoes. There's another one.
The worst.
We're getting sidetracked. All right, next.
That's great. Thank you for that. I've a lot about you. It's just that question. That's awesome.
Whoops. I forgot we're doing the interview.
Oh, sorry.
I blacked out for like 10 minutes.
Wait a second. Okay, so last, I guess this is one of my last questions. So the music video, I have not seen it yet because I haven't yet, but it's out today. So go watch it, and by the time you all are seeing this, I will have seen it. So where'd your idea come from for that video? I saw like the teaser for it. I saw you post on Facebook. You got like Travis Scott's tour bus. Is that?
Yeah, we got we just have a really close buddy that lives out here, and he owns one of like the biggest, like actually the main tour bus company that like everybody uses.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, so I just hit him up because we wanted to do a different part of the video that we couldn't get the right car for. So we're just like, fuck, what should we do? I was like, how about we just throw like, we hit up Kyle and we you know, just borrow one of his buses, and we'll try to like do that instead of a car, just so we had like that vibe. Yeah. I mean, it worked out. So we just used a bus for one of his buses for part of it.
Awesome. And a massive pool party for the other part of it.
Yeah, 'cause it was kind of the idea of just like literally how I'm on my like how I'm on my own. You know, I'm just like saying I'm doing this fucking hustle. I'm doing this work. Like I'm getting home from tour maybe or something like that. You know, and like people are just partying because that's how it was the past year.
Yeah.
Like people are just fucking partying around me all day, every day. And it's like I was always just literally sitting by myself, just working on shit. I was always on my phone, just typing or doing something, you know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the whole point of that video, is that everybody's just fucking partying, and I'm literally on my own, like on the bus, like obviously given the aspect of like music and touring and stuff. And then I get home, and it's just like everyone's just fucking partying still. And the entire concept is, yeah, there's a lot of butts because butts are sweet and, you know, sex sells, whatever. But it's kind of the idea of, we just wanted it to kind of fit the how I never paid attention to any of that, like to the past year. Like everyone's partying around me in the video, like they're pulling on my hair and shit, and I'm literally just not even paying attention to these girls that are on me, you know. And that's kind of the idea. And we kept it super simple. We didn't want to do anything crazy for the first one, because like there's a lot of eyes on it, you know. There's a lot of eyes on this video, so we wanted to literally just keep it super simple, very clean. We're not overdoing it, so it's not like some crazy high budget whatever. It's just like, you see me, you see the idea, there's the song. It's no bullshit, you know. It's just like all killer, no filler kind of deal. It's like this here it is, this is what you get, you know. But it's clean and it's done well, so that's just kind of what it comes down to, I think.
So
yeah,
that's really cool. Okay, so this is my last question. I'll leave everybody with this. So your EP's
it's
coming
just fun. I want more questions.
So your EP's coming out in October. Did you say that you are currently working on some new
Is that
stuff?
when it's coming out?
Yes.
Huh.
I think everything got pushed back because of COVID. So
Yeah.
a little
lot
bit.
of other things.
Yeah, a lot of other things going on in the world right now. But so that's coming. I know that seems like late. But
yeah. This was literally supposed to come out. Originally it was supposed to come out, I think, in like March or something. Like March or
October,
March, April.
EP drops.
Thanks for telling me that. I'm glad I know that now.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Tim.
What? So are you already working on some new music though, like that you're excited about? And
I mean, we like I said, I was just in LA. We just drove over here this morning. So we're in Arizona now, but like, I was back in LA writing and recording like all the new stuff that's like, you know,
awesome.
Not even out yet. So it's just like, we're always going to be like, the plan is to always be like ahead of the game. Like if you're like, hey, you need to drop a song tomorrow, I'm like, all right, which one do you want? Like I have all of them, you know what I'm saying? Like we just have catalogs and they're all really fucking good, and that's a good sign. But we just always want to be ahead. So it's like when this EP drops, like I'm gonna put another single out 2 or 3 weeks right after that, and then 2 or 3 weeks after that it's gonna be another one, and then another one, and then another one. It's just like, and while these are coming out like 3 weeks apart, like I'll probably write 1 or 2 between that, you know. So we'll just keep stacking them up and just keep putting them out. It's kind of the whole plan. So
well, I think especially now, like everyone consumes stuff like so fast. Like by the time everyone listens to your EP, they're like, okay, great, what's next? Because this is so good. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get people to feel that way with this first one. Yeah. We'll see.
Well, it's incredible. So I don't know how anyone can listen to it and be like, I don't like this. So I feel like there's a little something for everybody on there. So I don't know.
I kind of agree. Like every song is a little different. Like nothing on the EP is really the same out of all those songs specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can just kind of pick whatever one you like the best, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me and chatting about everything that's going on right now and things you have coming up in the future, and just giving everybody a little bit like of a window into who you are as a person and artist, like your vision kind of thing. So I'm really excited for everyone to see and listen to all your new stuff coming out after today. So thank you again.
Cool. Appreciate it. Nice to meet you.